This video is an introduction to the Student Lounge at the University of Colorado Virtual Clinic. You remember the front door, and to find the Student Lounge you simply go to the end of the hallway and go either to the right or the left of the pharmacy. Right now the back wall is open, so you can simply walk straight ahead, and there's a sign that says Student Lounge. This is a very comfortable place to wait for other avatars, wait for other people actually, if you're the first one here on a particular day. There is a fireplace, and if you stand near the fireplace you can hear the roar of the fire. If you move closer to it you can hear it louder, and like all of Second Life, the sound effects are three-dimensional. Okay, looking around the room, let's see what else there is here. My pet cat lying on the floor. He tends to sit there and play. This area is a shared coloring book area, and if nothing else, it's good practice learning how to touch and point in Second Life, so if you're here alone. This also shows how web boards tend to work. If I click anywhere on the web board, it expands automatically to fill up the full screen. Then if I click some color over on the left, I think I'm going to pick red. It shows up as a red selection there, and if I click on the apron, it turns red. Here I'm clicking on a texture of grass, and then I'm going to move over here and click on grass. You get the idea. It's a coloring book. The advantage of the one here is that it's a mutual coloring book. If you didn't notice how I closed that, I clicked the small magnifying glass icon on the top, and that releases it and lets go of it. In the lounge there's an exotic high-class dining room with a waterfall and a player piano. You click on the piano if you'd like to sit down, select music. I selected music here. Decide where you want to sit. It'll actually play solos, duets, or trios. So I'm going to sit in the middle of the bench. I click there. And like everything else in Second Life, all I have to do is select the pose and it does the rest. So I'm just sitting here watching myself play piano. And if you zoom in, if you've practiced zooming, you can in fact see that the music for the Pathétique is on the front of the piano. The level of detail is really quite amazing on some of these things. Okay, and I can change what I play by clicking again, or if I shut off the music, I can just turn it on to radio, and on the radio option it will play a number of stations, most of which are quiet classical piano stations, and there's a few jazz stations as well. Okay, so we've seen that. Let me walk over to this back room here and show you what's behind these doors. Notice there is a floor mat under the doors, and just to give you a hint of what's back there, outside we have the Rocky Mountains. Those are the Colorado Rockies. And to the right we have an exercise area that we'll go into in a second. Okay, we'll pass this purple door and talk about that in a future lesson. Go in here. You can expect by class time there will be lockers along the hallway. Each person will have their very own locker. There's a message board back on the right. And again, as examples of types of things you have in Second Life, we have some exercise equipment back here. And it's been reported that watching yourself exercise in Second Life does actually reduce your weight, and we need more data for the study. So if you want to try it, you and 2 other friends can come. We have 2 treadmills and a reclining bicycle here. the treadmill has 5 speeds. That's speed number 2 is a gentle jog. I'm going to click it up to the next speed. In a second here. It's a faster jog, and then finally a very fast running pace. And then I click down again through the speeds. Again, all these things are completely animated. The total thing you needed to do was to select to sit on the device, right-click, and sit, and then it gave instructions if you wanted to control it. Okay, over here is a message board. There will be a number of message boards around. Looks like a cork bulletin board. And we'll go over to that and see what's on it. Things are quite small on it, so you do need the ability to focus and zoom, as on the advertisements on the left for housing, etc. If I click, well, this one is a sound recording. It's a 10-second sound clip that was left, an audio message on the board. There's an announcement message, which simply shows up as a chat on the lower left of your screen, down here. And then there's a picture as well on the upper left that you can take into your inventory. We'll discuss how to do that later. In any case, you're welcome to leave messages for each other on the message board that you will pass on the way to the gym. So, of course, everyone will see it every day. Okay, so I guess that's a pretty good summary of that section of the gym. Let me show you some of the chairs out here as well. These have pose balls, which are those little colored balls. If they're male or female specific, usually the males are coded blue and the females are colored pink. And there is not a great deal of difference on any of the furniture in the clinic, with the exception of female postures are somewhat more demure under the assumption that you're wearing a skirt. Okay, on the cushions on the floor, there's a menu once you sit down that you can pick any one of 7 different postures, and it takes a few seconds for it to decide exactly. Here's a sitting down posture, sitting cross-legged posture. I believe when I came in I had a reading a book posture. And again, you want to, where you can, illustrate your, indicate your moods to other people by your posture, or if you're just busy reading. And you can experiment and get used to those. Okay. There are chairs here, and again, like other things, we'll see other things as well in the clinical area. The chairs have multiple postures. So once you sit down in the chair, and you click on the chair, and there are multiple ways that you can sit, that you can change while you're sitting here having a conversation with somebody. So you can look bored, you can look frustrated, you could look interested, you can look uptight, you can look totally relaxed, whatever you want. The more indications you can give other people of your mood and attitude, since they cannot otherwise read your body language, the better off you really are at getting synchronized with them and establishing a good communication. So we're back to our coloring board. I just feel at least one more color needs to go on here. I'll color them gray before moving on. And there's actually quite a bit of tacit communication that's required if different people are going to sit and color together as to who's going to color what and who's going to override whom for what. In any case, that's a tour of the lounge. This is Starlight Harbor, and I think I'm just going to kick back here, watch the view, check the time, maybe relax a little bit, and I'll see you for the next video.